Beyond Meat, which is a company that makes plant-based meat substitutes, and it's been around since 2009, and launched products in 2012. Their substitutes, they also try to match the nutrients in regular meat, so they have the same protein and carbs and calories and that kind of stuff. So right now, things are not looking super great for Beyond Meat. If you look at the just like a regular chart of Beyond Meat, it has absolutely sunk this past year. It has been hit harder than I think most companies in the past year, and I think the reason for that is because the nature of the game. What do they make? They make food, but it's a substitute. It is a meat substitute, and it's actually more expensive than regular meat. They've been really badly affected, so that's why their share price is down so much, because they're really expensive. I'll be honest, like their meat substitute isn't exactly the cheapest, but that hasn't stopped people from buying from them when economic times are good. They don't have much debt at all, actually. Their current ratio is 7.5, which is pretty huge, and their quick ratio is 5.2. So I think it's actually a good sign that they're not going to go under anytime soon. And obviously they have a really strong fan base. Like people are really committed to them. And so the type of consumer that's into plant-based meat, they're also into non-GMOs, and that's what Beyond Meat is. They're into like, holistically growing crops and like improving the world, and that's where Beyond Meat is really dominant in the space. There are a lot of other substitutes like Impossible Meat that kind of mix together like chemicals made in a lab to make a meat substitute. But Beyond Meat is using like nuts and plants and stuff, and then like herbs, and they combine that stuff. They put a little bit of their chemicals in there. Don't get me wrong, but it's much more natural, and I think that really appeals to people, which is why I think they're like the leader. But on the other hand, yeah, their earnings per share, negative $5.25 per share, which is pretty bad. The earnings per share forecasted is going to be bad as well. I mean, it's gone down a lot, and again, it was because of the market conditions. They cut their workforce a significant amount though to try to reduce their costs and renew their profitability going forward, and so that's why their earnings per share for the next quarter is projected to raise quite a bit. So I think when the economic conditions restore, they have a chance to basically pull back, return to profitable, and then begin expanding again, like a lot of other companies are trying to do. For the current moment, their profit margin is negative 71%. Their earnings per share this year is down 240%. The return on investment is down 14%. The median analyst, some of them estimate in a year it'll be $12, which is $3 lower than it is right now. And that's from CNN, and some of them are saying like 20. It's kind of all over the place. Like I've seen median analyst projections at completely different numbers, so I kind of average those to 15, which is basically where it is right now. The median analyst thinks that it's going to stay exactly where it is right now, like in a year. And that's more or less what I think. I think it'll go up a little bit because I'm a little bit optimistic about the macroeconomic conditions, giving them a little bit of a tailwind.
Also, Fear and Greed, why is it 66, bro? That's actually crazy for right now. I know why it's 66, but like that's crazy for right now. It was 7.7, it says 7.9.
Okay, well, I don't know the exact numbers, but the gist was that it was a freaking better outlook, and so people were thinking the Fed is going to stop tightening the interest rates soon. Like they're gonna hike it still, but it's gonna be less than 75 basis points, which is what everyone was expecting them to keep doing, or at least it's gonna bounce back sooner rather than later. So that's why it's become more optimistic. But the Porter's five forces, I said it's a competitive market.
It's a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend. I agree. Medium threat of entrance. It's not. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's food science to make a plant-based meat. I don't think it's that difficult. But I think there's low supplier power because the suppliers are in the primary economic sector. Pretty low buyer power as well. Like they've kind of dominated their buyers by making their meat price at like $10. So I don't think the buyers really care what the price is because they're buying it not because of the price. They're buying it because of the value that it provides. And then I think it's a medium threat of substitutes because there's a lot of substitutes out there already. The market cap's only $1 billion. I think it'll continue to grow as wealth continues to rise. It might be a little bit dicey the next year, but I think I am in the long term thinking it'll go up a little bit. I think that it's a hold company. I think if you have it, you should hold on to it, and if you don't, there are better places to take your money.
I would definitely agree with the hold, honestly, because I'm looking at this and there's nothing like It's something crazy that's like pulling me to it. But their food's good though. I've had their Beyond Meat patties, and they're pretty good. Food's good, but like it's like obviously it has a niche, right? It has like the the people like my mom eats it because like she's vegan. So like my mom likes it. It's pretty good, but once again, it has that niche. Like the only reason you would ever get something like that is if you're vegetarian and like that's pretty much it. Like if you wanted like good food like that, you would just get like a chicken burger or something like that. You know, like
I think for me it's definitely a fucking no go. I mean, like for like I don't know about like like holding it like for those who like how half sucks, but I think for me yeah it's definitely gonna be a no go for me. The company does not interest me at all. So
which is also pretty huge. What was that?
oh, it's a sneeze from the wall.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought that was like an
What do you
elephant.
think it was, bro?
wait, what? I didn't do anything.
Oh, what? See, I told you it wasn't a sneeze, bro.
Wait, what was it? What the fuck? I thought it was a sneeze.
It was like a weird
I
sound.
didn't even hear anything. What the fuck?